Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Tarot Time. Happy Friday. I often wonder if I just sat here and told stories and didn't hold my tarot cards, how many people would listen and wouldn't click me off, because I know a lot of people see the cards and they run. When I was growing up, my mom always told me the story about when she was in elementary school and she said to her math teacher, "I can't do it. That's it. I'm giving up." And her math teacher said to her, "You never quit. Um, you beat it. Don't let it beat you." And that was my mother's mantra throughout our life. So needless to say, in my family, we couldn't quit even if we wanted to. And even as I went into my adult years, I would say to her, "Oh, I just don't know. Maybe I need to give it up or not do it, or something of that." And she used to say, "You never let something beat you. You always beat it." So lately, I've been in a little bit of a funk. As most of you know, I created the tarotbridge.com, and we are happily in Google as an app. Google loves us. But unfortunately, we're still in the mix of Apple. We had a meeting with Apple last week, a Zoom meeting. It was myself, the other owner, which is Renee, good friend of mine, and Jay, who's the head of our IT team. And we had to meet with someone who works at Apple, very nice gentleman. And he explained to us that they've become very, very strict with letting in apps for, psychics, tarot card readings, etc., because it's very overly saturated. So I had to plead my case to him and say to him, "But our app is different. It may look and function like other apps. I may have certain colors, or it may function. I mean, there's only a couple of ways to slice an app, but it's a different app. It's a different vibe." I assured him that most meetings that are with Apple and the owners, they're not sitting across from the owner. Most apps, and I've done my research, are owned by business people. They want to make money. They don't care about the clarity of readings. They don't care about their readers. They don't care about their users. They're looking to make money, hence their platform, which is paid by the minute, and we don't do any of that. I've always dreamed in having something like this, and I'm so fortunate it's come this far. But lately, although I'm a very positive person at heart, I get a little down and depressed because this is my dream. And I always, I can send, let me take two steps back. I just told someone the other day, I can send my daughter, her friends, my best friend, I can send anybody, people I read for, to this app, and I don't think twice about it. Pick any reader. Pick any reader you want. I've picked every reader by hand, and I closely monitor and watch it because I know what I wanted to deliver. I know the horror stories. I know the stigma that's attached to tarot card reading. So that's why I said, if I wasn't holding these and you didn't know I was a tarot card reader, would you still listen to my story? Would you? So I'm going through a little bit of I'm trying to be optimistic. I think everyone who signed up at the Tarot Bridge, that does help the cause. I can't tell you it doesn't. It does. I know I push it a lot, and you probably are sick of me, but it's something that's very near and dear to my heart. And I've been working really hard to get it approved in Apple, as my IT team. I have an amazing IT team. And it's been interesting learning with Apple too. And I told the Apple representative, basically a story. And here's how the story went. 20 years ago, I used to own an angel store, and I was newly divorced, and I had two minor children, and the store tanked. It was not making any money. And I was in 5 years lease, so I couldn't go anywhere. I could leave and close the store, but you still got to pay your rent. And so what I would do is, my mom helped me as much as she could. She would run the front register. I would work part-time in a bookkeeping place, and it was just tough being a single mom. Child support wasn't always flowing like it should have. And it was just a very, very tough situation. So as much as I hated it, I decided to go on, and I believe it's Cassamba. I said, let me do some online readings. You know, when it comes to a point where you have to support your children, you end up doing things that maybe normally you wouldn't do. And not that it's an excuse by any means, but it's just the truth. So I went on Kasamba, and this is way back in the day. I mean, they didn't have what they have today. It was all paid by the minute. And you sign up and they interview you and all that other stuff. And I had a pretty good following. I got to say, for the little bit I did it, there's probably still people out there going, where's that reader? So I went on Kasamba. And I'm telling this to the Apple person, you know, I don't know if he cares, probably fell on deaf ears. And I do a bunch of readings, and they call you up, call me up. And the girl says, you're not keeping them on the phone long enough. And I'm like, but I'm cutting to the chase. I read, I tell you that, you know, I'm giving you an answer to your question. And she says, yeah, you got to be more like, draw it out a little bit more. We like a minimum of 10 minutes. Like, she was specific. And I'm like, I can't do that. I just can't do it. It's just, first of all, it's not me, and I can't do it. No different than if you come to me, and some people can put this in the comments, if you come to me for even a 15-minute reading, someone will say to me, well, I have a few questions. And I'm going, we're not getting off this phone until all your questions are answered. I don't care if you paid for 15 and it takes me 20. I don't care. You're not getting off this phone. So this is something that's very near and dear to my heart. Needless to say, Kasamba fired me. And which probably wasn't the best thing that happened anyway. So they fired me, and I was no longer on their app. And so here I sit now. I told Apple the story, and he was a nice person. He said, well, there's other apps out there that are not paid by the minute. I said, yeah, well, I've done my research, and those apps there require monthly subscription. So they're going to get you one way or they're going to get you another. And we pleaded our case, and he was very gracious, and he made notes, and we have our app back in there now. It's under review, so prayers are always welcomed. Or if you got like an aunt or an uncle who works in Apple, hey, you know what? I'm not opposed to that. But anyway, so that is my passion. I have thought about maybe it's time to say when, even though I don't want to. But I can't. It's hard to live with something, and it's just hard. It's very stressful. So, but here's Luna. But I believe in this wholeheartedly. Like I said, I read for lots of women. Men too. I read for men too. And I know the stories, and I know what's out there. And I know what can happen to people. And that's why I send people to my site, because they're safe. And at night I can put my head on my pillow. So, all right, now I'll read, I promise. So if you stayed with me and you're not a tarot card person, I appreciate it. For all my followers, I would be lost without all of you, because you have helped me greatly. You have helped me greatly build a little bit of platform that I have with the Tower Bridge. You guys are amazing. And just hopefully prayers. And Luna's like, I'm coming up there. She's like, Luna doesn't care. We should all live like Luna. She's like, I want to get in front of the camera. I'm doing it. I don't care. Let me grab this caddy. Come on, come on, come on. So that's my little coffee and tarot time. All right, let's see what we have here. We're going to make it short and brief. One card, what do we need to know for our greatest good? Victory. Love this card. But what kind of victory? All sorts. Swords are about our mind. So maybe it's time you're having a victory in your mind. Maybe an intrusive thought, I'm blocking her out. Maybe an intrusive thought is going to come through, and you're going to say, oh, no, you don't. No. First of all, that thought does not make any sense. First of all, go away. Like you would to a bully. Remember, the mind and the heart constantly working against each other. So remember that. You're going to have a victory in your mind. You're finally going to be the creator of your thoughts, and that is massive. You're going to be the one who says what thoughts happen, when, why, and where. And that's what you want. All right, everyone. If you want to share this video, I appreciate it. If you're not signed up and you want to go sign up and show me a little support, I appreciate that too. Whatever you want, I appreciate. This is Coffee and Tarot Time. I am the Queen of Wands with Luna. Happy Friday.